Hey, welcome back to the Junius Maltby channel. I hope everyone is doing well. Hope you had a Merry Christmas. We're on the verge of coming up to New Year's. And well, I came down with a pretty good case of influenza A over Christmas. So a little weak, a little sick. But I wanted to bring up this article that I'd read on Christmas Eve and just didn't have the time or energy to make a video about it. But I figured we could talk about it now if you have the time. It's off of Reuters, Reuters.com, and it's The Big Squeeze. Mystery hand scoops up copper. This is a pretty interesting article here. Apparently, one individual has pretty much cornered the copper market. One investor held over 90% of the copper contracts. Further squeezes seen amid shortage of inventories. Exchange says rules robust against manipulation. These are the highlights of the article. Let's go ahead and read through it a little bit and then talk about it. London/New York, December 20th, Reuters. Someone has made a near billion-dollar bet on copper this week, virtually cornering the world's key stocks of the metal. That has stoked worries of a supply squeeze as warehouses run low on a raw material vital to global industry, and has raised questions about commodity exchanges' efforts to curb attempts to manipulate prices by aggressively heavy trading. The London Metal Exchange does not identify The London Metal Exchange does not identify investors holding positions, but data on Friday showed that a single participant was holding 50 to 80% of available copper stocks on the LME, which handles a bulk of trade in the metal. The position was nominally worth up to $753 million. Anyways, I'm not going to read the whole article to you guys. If you want to, you can look it up. It's on there, Reuters. And if you want, just look up copper squeeze. But we haven't talked about copper in a while. And so I figured, why not? You know, we always talk about gold and you know, at times silver. But there's that one metal we just never talk about, and that's copper. You know, we haven't talked about it before. Gresham's Law. Look, that's a beautiful little copper penny right there. But you all know, you're all aware that any penny made before, or even the 1982s, half of that year were copper and half weren't. But basically 82 and earlier U.S. pennies are 95% copper. So it's an easy way for you guys to get into it. You know, you just do some coin roll hunting. It used to be a lot easier. They're getting less and less of these show up in rolls when you go to the bank and try to submit, you know, some cash and ask for penny rolls. It used to be about half when I did it, and now it's about a third. But you know, these are still holding strong at 2.2 cents value. So you know, one pure copper penny is worth over twice it's got twice its metal value as opposed to its face value. You know, I don't have a lot of them. I got just basically this big jar here. I don't know, it's 20-30 pounds worth of pennies in there. Just when I get them, I toss them in there. But it's a good idea. You know, at this point, if you're out there and you're out and about shopping this week, you go to the bank or whatever, you know, get a couple penny rolls and just sort through them. You've all seen you can even get those. I'm not that into it about getting the Rydell coin separator and you know, really trying to separate copper pennies from non-coppers with the machine. But it's a great way to get a hold of some metal. You know, copper is a good commodity. It's gonna resist inflation. It's gonna be a good little hedge. I mean, obviously, it's gonna take a lot of it to preserve any amount of wealth, but you know, who knows what the value of copper will be. I did read an economist once that said it's all fun and games right now, but you know, the day a pre-82 penny holds $1 worth of copper, maybe that's the day people will be paying attention. So if you're out there this week, even when you're at the grocery store sometimes, when I get my change, if they're going to give me a couple of quarters or something, I'll say, could you just give me the change in pennies? And if they have a penny roll in there of like 50 cents and you were going to get 50 cents back, they'll just give you the roll. So, woo! Do not get the flu. Let's take a sidetrack note. Let's talk about the flu for a second. So I got sick Christmas Day. Fever 103. I never get sick. I never get fevers really. And I've had a fever all week. Just fever after fever. And it's funny, the first question I get every time someone finds out that I got the flu. Like, oh, you got the flu? Well, did you get the flu shot? No, I didn't get the flu shot. I'm still alive. I mean, I'm making it through. I'm battling through the sickness like people have for the past 10,000 years. I'm making it. I'm a healthy person. But I don't know about you, but when it hit the news this year, I mean, it was everywhere. It was obvious. It wasn't a conspiracy theory. That the new flu vaccine was a genetically modified from insect virus. I can't even understand or explain it articulately because I don't understand it. But it was genetically modified. So I wasn't about to put some genetically modified dead virus in me. So I'll risk getting sick naturally and healing and let my immune system take care of it. Anyways, that's that. But it is beating hell out of me. It really is. I'll make it. We'll make it. We'll make it through this. All right. So copper. Get a hold of some copper. Get some pennies this week. Make it your little goal. Load up. Separate them out. If anything, this little article that popped up should be a good motivator for us. Alrighty. Sorry for the sick video. But take care and stay healthy.